Welcome everyone back to the League of Cinephiles for another installment of Movie Trivia Frenzy. I'm your host Luke. Joining me today is my beautiful co-host Alan. Alan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Luke. I've never been called beautiful on a live stream anymore, so that's good for my ego.
Well,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready for another match in our singles trivia tournament, which is well underway. This is the second match of, I believe. We already had our first match with Darren coming out on top. There you can see the full bracket. Today we're going to the top of the bracket, over to Alex Holmes and Chad Clark. What can we say about this match?
This match is gonna be very interesting. We have two guys that are basically the opposite of each other in a sense. Alex usually starts really strong, a really good first round average of 475, and yeah, he does well in the actor round, 58% as you can see there.
Yeah, Alex Holmes, a real veteran of the league. He's been here since the very first days. I think he won the first ever trivia match on the channel. So if he can get those first round points, could be set him up for a really good start later. And if we look at his opponent, Chad, he's more of a newcomer to the league, and like you said, his stats are very much an opposite. Maybe that first round isn't so great, but he really comes through in the director round. That SNL alumni is a very obscure category that we don't see too often.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens there. But I think it should be a very good match because the stakes of this match are really, do they really want to win this match? Because they have to go up against Smirk, the favorite of the tournament with number one seed. And that's going to be a tough match to win. I think let's not waste any more time and get
let's do
our
it.
competitors into the room. The first, representing the five angry men with a singles record of 2-3, Alex Hitman Holmes. How are you today?
How's it going, everybody? Good morning. Ready to win today, although like you said, if I do win, I have a tough match against Merck, but that won't deter me from trying my hardest today.
Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling like scared? What's the mood here?
I'm excited, but also nervous. I think I'm always nervous before match, but that's what keeps me going. I think it's because I'm nervous. That means That means I care, and I would be worried if I wasn't nervous at all, a little bit. So, but I'm ready to perform today.
And his opponent, number 16 seed, representing Cinephiles in Paradise, with singles record of 1-1, charming Chad Clark. How are you today, Chad?
Guys, doing good. Ready for some trivia.
Let's not waste any more time. And let's get into the round one. So, Alan, could you read the rule for us, maybe?
Of course. So for round number one, 8 questions will be asked on round number one. You guys have 15 seconds to answer each question. Competitors must write down the answers legibly and completely. 1 point for each correct answer in this round. And competitors have 3 repeats and 1 challenge to use over the course of the whole match. If a competitor goes perfect in the first round, they will, of course, get the honorary Helmer bonus question for a potential 9 point. Alex, are you ready?
Yes.
Chad, are you ready?
Ready.
Then let's get ready to clash with your first question for the
Good.
first round. Which Harry Potter film is the only one to feature former Doctor Who actor David Tennant? You a fan of
Is there an act?
Harry
Oh,
Potter?
go ahead.
Are you a fan of Harry
I
Potter?
am. I am.
Fan
I'm a
of
big
Doctor
fan.
Who?
Not really. Haven't seen a single episode. Although I hear I could probably get into it, but it's too much of a commitment.
Alan, how's
What
the
about
time
you?
looking?
Oh God, sorry. And,
It's fine. We'll call it time there.
Alex.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, number 4.
Sorry, Chad.
I put Deathly Hallows Part 1.
And the answer is Goblet of Fire. So Alex takes the first point there. Chad losing the potential for the bonus question. Alan, take it away.
Question número dos. In Beverly Hills Cop, in what city was Eddie Murphy based before he moved out to Beverly Hills?
I've not seen this one.
Neither have I actually.
Neither have I.
It's been a while for me.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Alex,
Miami? I don't know. It's a guess.
Chad.
I said Detroit.
Detroit is correct for a point for
Alright.
Chad.
That was a total
So
guess.
Chad, nice. Chad's back in the game. He's 1-all.
There will be no bonus points today. Alex
There will
cheers
not.
in the background at that. And your third question. Which book-based franchise features characters such as Greg Heffley and Rowley? I have read a few of these books, but not seen the movie.
I have not. I have not read a single one of these books, nor have I seen the movies. And apparently, I'm not missing much. That's what I heard.
Those books are good. never
Maybe I
saw the
read
movies.
some when I was a kid. I honestly don't remember. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad
I have no idea. I said Percy Jackson.
and Alex.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid is correct.
It brings me back.
Nice point. Percy Jackson, I did read. So that one I would have.
I read it too. I read it.
Question number 4. McG directed what film in the Terminator franchise? What? When did this happen?
I do
That
enjoy The
question was
Babysitter.
surprising. I did enjoy the what was the show he did? The OC. I was a big fan of the OC.
Genesis. I don't know. Terminator Genesis.
And Chad
The Terminator Salvation.
and Terminator Salvation is correct for a point. Man,
Is
this
Terminator
guys are
Genesis-
trading blows.
Is Terminator Genesis a movie? Is that actually a
It is.
Terminator movie?
It is.
Okay,
It is.
okay. That's the only one I know.
Technically,
I mean, that I've heard of besides like 1 and 2.
Let's move on to the fifth question. What singer voiced King Arthur or Arte in Shrek the Third?
I would say that's an underrated movie from the Shrek.
It's not as bad as people say.
Yeah, I just rewatched it the other day, and it's watchable, and it has its moments. This particular character can get annoying. 3, 2, 1. Alex,
Okay, this is probably way off. But I said Mick Jagger.
and Chad.
I said Justin Timberlake.
Oh, what a pull! Justin Timberlake. It is. Chad pulls ahead, 3-2 over Alex Helmer, over Alex Holmes. Question number 6. It's not appearing for me. There we go. Question number 6. American Honey, The Lobster, Swiss Army Man, Green Book. Which A24 movie was released first?
I've seen one of these.
I've also seen only one of these. I think this is bad, isn't it? Because we're part of the League of Cinephiles.
Well, that's why we're the hosts and not the competitors.
That is 100% correct. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad,
Said The Lobster.
Alex,
American Honey.
and The Lobster was correct. Another point for Chad as he pulls 2 ahead of
I
Alex
think we are
in the first
flipping the stats. With that, Chad is improving on his first round average as we head into the 7th question. In the 1933 comedy Duck Soup, Groucho Marx plays the leader of what fictional nation? Now, our good
Wow.
friend Jack Renaud showed me this movie, and I laughed my ass off.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that a recommendation for me right now?
Absolutely. 4.5 stars.
Okay. Wow.
3,
Okay, I'll add it to
2,
my watch list.
1. That's time. Alex?
Okay, I don't think this is right because I don't think it's a fictional nation, but Bavaria.
And Chad?
I have no idea. No guess.
Well, neither are
Correct
correct.
answer- Oh, sorry. The correct answer was Fredonia, which is Probably the
Yeah.
weirdest name I ever had to read.
It's a good. I
Bavaria
love that
is
movie.
a region in Germany, I believe.
Yeah. No, I
Okay,
knew
it
that
just
was.
sounded very racist there.
Okay, let's finish off the round.
Question number 8. One 1990s movie features the quote, "Oh, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, I've got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now, Jack and shit, and Jack left town." You shouldn't ask a second language English speaker to ask questions like this.
That's what
I,
the league is
I'm
for. We educate.
You guys are doing
And
what?
3,
15 years
2,
of Brazilian education
1.
couldn't.
That's time. Chad, I'm gonna go to you first,
Good Will Hunting.
and Alex.
Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross.
You guys are both wrong. It is Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness.
Oh shoot! Oh, I should have gotten that.
Now, as we head into our second round, Alan, what is the score?
The score right now is 4-2 in favor of Chad. That's which is actually really surprising compared to everything that we talked about in the beginning of the match. But Chad pulls ahead in this first round, and let's see what the actor round brings to us.
Round number 2.
Okay.
Each player must identify the name of the actor of the picture provided. There will be 3 pictures for each player. Each question is worth the number of points. It is in the sequence from 1 to 3 for each player. So, Chad, as you are in the lead, would you like the first set of actors or the second set of actors?
Go second.
Okay. So, Alex, you will go first with your first 1-point actor. Your only 1-point actor. Oh, you can say.
Oh wait, I don't need to write it, right?
Yeah. you
I
can
just
say
say
it.
it. Ving Rhames.
Ving
Wow.
Rhames
Good pull.
is correct for the 1 point.
I would not have gone then in a million years.
And over to Chad for his 1-point actor.
Chad, can we see hands, please?
Man.
Thank you.
Mm-mm. Is that Leslie Odom Jr.? Is that his name? From Hamilton?
Is there a final
Leslie
answer?
Odom.
Yeah.
Leslie Odom Jr. is correct.
Let's go over to Alex for his 2-point actor. Whoa.
Wait, give me a repeat. Shoot.
Okay. Repeat activated. It's 1.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is not right. Wait.
3, 2,
Patrick Dempsey.
1.
That's not right. It's like Dennis something.
Patrick Dempsey is incorrect. That's Jerry O'Connell.
Oh,
Jerry O'Connell.
Okay.
And yeah, even though he kind of looks like a drugged up Tom Cruise in that picture.
Onto Chad's 2-point actor.
That's Famke Johnson.
Quick to the draw. And he's correct for the 2 points. Extending his lead here in the second
Better
round.
mystique, in my humble opinion.
It's actually Jean Grey, Alan.
Oh, fuck. The better Jean Grey as well. Okay.
Let's go over to Alex for his big 3-point actor.
I don't know about this guy. Man, I had no idea.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
That's
I
the
don't know.
time. He doesn't know. Maybe he lost him on the roof because that is Justin Bartha,
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of that guy.
also known
Okay.
as Doug in The Hangover, and the guy
Doug,
from
that's
National
where I knew
Treasure.
him from.
And over to
So,
Chad,
wow. Chad
perhaps-
is 4 points ahead right now.
and he could go 7
see what,
points ahead if he gets his
wow.
3rd actor.
Is it,
Chad, can we see hands, please?
sorry.
Thank you.
William Sadler? Is that his name?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
William Sadler is correct for 3 points and a 7-point lead after round 2. We're currently
Big.
10-3. Look, tell us how you feel about that.
I feel like that was an amazing picture round from Chad. But now we're going into the dreaded wheel round. We could make or break a person's game. So, Alan, why don't you take us through the rules?
I will do so. Round number 3, the famous wheel round. Each competitor in this round will have 4 questions, which are worth 2 points each. The questions will all correlate with one specific category that will be assigned to them via the Wheel of Truth. If a competitor doesn't like the first category they spin onto, they can choose to spin again. In this case, they must stick to the second category that they spun. In this round, a competitor can choose to go multiple choice on their questions, and if they do so, the correct answer will only be worth 1 point. If a competitor guesses a question incorrectly, their opponent will have a chance to steal for as many points as it is worth. When stealing, a competitor cannot go to multiple choice unless the players they're stealing from have already done so. If a competitor lands on a wildcard slice, they can choose to spin again on the first spin, but must stick with the category on the second spin. A wildcard slice can be either spinner's choice, opponent's choice, or questions from a random actor's filmography.
So, today we have Margot Robbie, video game movies, the 2020s, Scarlett Johansson, musicians in film, A24, new releases, classics, Oscars, MCU, 2010s, Batman, and the obvious 3 wildcards. So, Chad, as you are in the lead, would you like to spin first?
Yes. I'll spin
Okay.
first.
You will spin first. Remember, 2 spins?
And the wheel goes off.
It lands on the 2010s. A lot of movies.
I will stick with that.
We'll stick with that. Okay. And let's spin for
Fun
Alex
fact.
Holmes.
That is actually my favorite decade of movies.
It's the one I've seen the most from, so I think by default it is.
Exactly.
We land on wildcard number 3. Will you stick with it?
I'll spin again.
We'll spin again. Will he regret that? Never know.
I
Unless
don't
it
know,
lands
the
on
wheel can
wildcard
be
number 3.
merciless.
It lands on
Oh.
the 2010s. We have to spin again, unfortunately.
That almost never happens.
That happens quite a bit. And it just stays on classics. So, Alex Holmes, you are stuck with the classics.
Okay, not bad.
Alan, why don't you take us away for the 2010s questions, as that is your favorite category? Favorite decade in film, should I say.
Yes. So 2010s for Chad. Question number 1. Amanda Seyfried plays a version of a fairy tale character in what 2011 fairy tale retelling?
Can I get multiple choice on that?
You can. A. Cinderella. B. Snow White and the Huntsman. C. Gretel and Hansel. Or D. Red Riding Hood.
Red Riding Hood. D.
Red Riding Hood is correct for a point. Chad goes 11-3.
And a reminder, if Chad is leading by over 10 points at the end of the round, he will be declared the winner.
You will indeed. Question numero 2. The Hangover 2 primarily takes place in what Asian country?
Thailand?
Thailand is correct for 2 points. What a pull. I did not remember that one. Question number 3. What 2010 movie marked the only collaboration between Cameron Diaz and director Ridley Scott?
Oh,
I also had no idea this movie existed.
I didn't either.
I know it. I just don't know the title. I think I'm gonna have to do a multiple choice.
No problem. Multiple choice for this one. A. Exodus, Gods and Kings. B. Robin Hood. C. The Counselor. Or D. Gambit.
See the counselor.
What a pull! C. The Counselor is correct. Wow, 11 points ahead, Chad. For your final question of the round. What year in the decade of the 2010s saw the release of films in the Transformer franchise, the Wizarding World, and Pirates of the Caribbean franchise?
I've seen all of these movies. A rare occurrence.
So have I. And I did not enjoy watching the Transformers one.
I'm
3,
gonna
2,
say 2013.
1.
2013 is incorrect.
Alex
for the
Holmes.
steal. And 2 points.
Jeez. Wait. Oh, I can't do multiple choice, right?
No.
Because you didn't. Okay.
You cannot.
All right. I'm gonna say 2014.
2, 1.
2014 is also incorrect. We were looking for 2011.
Now, as we shift over to Alex Holmes, can he salvage something from this round? If he gets all 8 points, he will be within 3 points of Chad, which is very hopeful. So over to classics, a category I am very familiar with. Your first question. East of Eden and Rebel Without a Cause, both starring James Dean, were released in what year in the decade of the 1950s?
1955.
1955 is his answer. And that is correct for a big 2 points. That puts his total up to 5. Your second question. Gregory Peck's character has what profession in Roman Holiday?
A journalist.
Journalist. Judge? I think we'll take it.
I think that's correct.
I think that's correct. We have reporter written down, but I think journalist is very fitting. So Alex continues to climb up the ladder of his score, increasing it to 7. Your third question. In 1939's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington sees Senator Smith performing a filibuster to stop the building of what kind of structure in his state?
Shoot, I wish I knew this, but I'll go to multiple choice.
It goes to multiple choice. Is it A, prison, B, dam, C, army base, or D, power plant?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with
3,
D.
2,
Damn.
1. Shoots for the dam. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a flood because dam is correct for the big 1 point.
Okay,
His
look.
total up to 8. I have to split it
that
up
was-
somehow. You know.
That was good. That was good. You have my appreciation for that one.
Now, Alex, for your final question in this round, could be a real make or break. What Oscar winner played the titular role in 1963's Cleopatra?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor is correct for another 2 points. Perhaps he can still
Wow.
salvage the game.
And the lead is cut down to 4 points from 11. Ooh, what a round.
Now, heading into our final round, the Clint Eastwood round. Competitors will choose 3 numbers, which will all correlate to 3 directors that their question will be related to. Competitors will receive a 2, a 3, and a 5-point question with the numbers they choose correlating to the directors that each question will be based on. Whoever has the most points at the end of the round will be declared the winner. If there is a tie at the end of this round, we will go into overtime. Now, Holmes, as you are in the deficit, we will go to you for your 3 numbers from 1 to 14.
Okay, I'll go with 3, 7, and 11.
11. And Chad, what will your 3 numbers be?
1 through what? Or the
14.
option? 1 through 14. 1, 8, 14.
Holmes, for your 2-point question, you opted for director number 3, and that is Mel Brooks.
Okay.
So, your 2-point question. Which 1970s Brooks film was his only to be nominated for a screenplay Oscar?
I'm gonna and there's no multiple choice, right?
No.
Sure. Okay.
3,
Young
2,
Frankenstein.
1. Young
Wow, what a
Frankenstein.
pull. Young Frankenstein is correct.
Big points from Holmes. We now go to Holmes. He's still in deficit, so we keep going to Holmes.
Okay.
You chose number 7 for your second director. Number 7 is Matthew Vaughn. Your 3-point question. What weapon does Kick-Ass use to kill Frank D'Amico, played by Mark Strong in Kick-Ass?
Oh man, I've never seen this movie.
It's a goddamn classic. I love this movie so much.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
You do have 2 repeats.
Okay.
3, 2.
Repeat. I'll do
1.
a repeat.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know why I want to say this, but I'm gonna say a pipe. I don't know why, but
Says a pipe. Alan?
A pipe is incorrect. We were looking for a rocket launcher.
I never would have.
Something that's way easier to get in America.
That's way
than a
more
pipe.
exciting than a pipe.
Now, Holmes, you have to get this right and then pray
Okay, no pressure.
to win the game. So your 5-point question, you opted for number 11. And that correlates to David Cronenberg. Your 5-point question to stay in the game. Hal Raglan has what profession that he has become controversial for in The Brood?
All right. Well, I've never seen The Brood, so let's see.
You do have a repeat.
Okay, yeah, I'll do a repeat. A porn star?
And your winner, Chad.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
a tough fought game in the first few rounds, and then Holmes climbed back up in the real round, but I guess it was not meant to be.
Yeah, that was really a low stress win there. Got off to a fast start for once and didn't have to come from behind like I have in my previous matches. Very
Will
nice.
surely be an improvement on your stats. Now, you have the unfortunate job of facing up against the number 1 seed Merck. So how are you feeling about that?
I'm a little scared. I love Merck. He's one of my favorite accounts I follow on Instagram. He keeps me up to date with all the news. I know he has a ton of knowledge. So it's going to be tough, but I am very excited to face him.
Mr. Alex Holmes. Alex, it was not meant to be. I hope you enjoyed yourself still.
I did. Yeah, no, I'm just happy that I pulled off the classics round. I feel like I made it respectable. At least it's not, an overwhelming loss. But I've seen a lot of movies, hadn't seen those last 2, and I think those specific questions you had to have seen the movies to get them. So I don't feel too bad about it. I feel like the earlier ones, there were a few that I was like kicking myself. Oh, I should have known that, or I did know it, but I didn't pull up with the answer. But overall, I'm happy with how I did, and I'm happy I don't have to face Merck in the next round. Good luck to Chad, though. I wish him luck in the next one. Hope he pulls off the upset.
Great match there, close up until the end. Chad did not have to answer his direct round questions, but I guess his good work in the first round and especially the actor round where he really built up this lead. He really made a great cushion for himself that Even though Alex had a great wheel round, that was not enough.
Yeah, some of those actor pulls, I was legitimately impressed. I was like, I had no idea who these people were. So you're right. That's the round that he really pulled off.
And
And
hopefully he
yeah,
can carry that over to Merck's match, because Merck's very good in the actor round as well. So he will need to
yeah,
everything he can for that match to have a chance of
yeah.
causing an upset. And I'm very much looking forward to that match and all the others. And if you guys did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below, who are you rooting for in the tournament? And we will see you in the next one.
Welcome everyone to Movie Trivia Tournament Frenzy. I'm your host Alex Ulmer. With me today is back behind the desk Tristan French. Today, second parter of our double feature today of Movie Trivia Tournament Frenzy. We just saw as charming Chad Clark overcame Alex Holmes and went on to the second round. We now have two players clinching their spot in that round. Tristan, now we will get a third as the 13 seed Tiz, representing the commission, faces off against the 20 seed Notorious of the Wolf Pack. Tristan, how are you doing today, and what are we expecting from this high-powered matchup?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on again. I'm very excited to host this match. I think it's going to be a great one. Tiz and Notorious are two really strong players who we haven't seen really, live up to their potential. They were two players at the beginning of the season who we thought were going to go on to really
First
make
round
a
draft
run.
picks.
Yeah, and neither of them have quite lived up to that yet. But I mean, we've seen Tiz. He's played some really, really great matches. Hasn't won a match yet. But I mean, if you look at his stats, 4.0, that's not too bad. 33% in the actor round. I mean, he definitely needs to work on that a little bit, but he's played some really tough opponents. And I think with each match, we've seen that he's gotten more comfortable. And I think this is the match where he's really going to come into his own.
Yeah, obviously, he's one of two players entering this match, Tristan, who hadn't won a singles or a duos match in the league. The other one was Darth Darren, who we saw beat Excel recently. So a bit of a good omen for Tiz there. But
For
Tiz,
sure.
He's winless, but the reason he's the 13 seed, I mean, it might not show in those stats because, to be honest, they're not great. But I will say in duos, at least from experience commentating his matchups, he does better usually in duos compared to singles. Now, obviously, this is a singles match, so is he gonna, like you said, is his comfortability as he kind of increases in that every match, is that going to lead to a win here? That's going to be the question as we head over to Notorious, another trivia veteran. What about Notorious why do you think he's struggled so far in his first season in the League of Cinephiles?
Well, he has had some tough matches. I mean, he did lose to Ryan Payne, who, if either of these guys, they're going to be facing Ryan Payne in the next round. So both of them have a loss to him. But Notorious, we've seen him in the Money in the Bank match, and he was pretty strong. And then he beat Kristen as well. That director round average, I mean, 100%. That's really, really impressive. I know it's just two questions, but still. I mean, that looks good on a card. So
the 3 digits, it does look good. I agree, Tristan.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing he has been struggling with, I mean, first round average 3.0, that's not too great. Same with the 17% actor round. So he will have to get those stats up if he wants to beat Tiz.
Yeah. And I think, as we saw those stats, I would predict, maybe you would agree, that this would be a low scoring matchup just based on these competitors' lack of experience and struggles, especially in those first 2 rounds. But let's head over to that bracket real quickly. Again, we just saw as charming Chad Clark clinched his spot in the second round, beating Alex Holmes, and Darth Darren, of course, beat Excel Woods to head over to the next round. So we have two potential spots clinched, and now, just eyeing this part of the bracket, the top quadrant. Tiz and Notorious, the winner of this, will play the dreaded, very dreaded, half of the duos champions, Ryan Caramel Mountain Payne of the Kitchen. Now, Tiz lost to Ryan in a duos match. Notorious got demolished by him in a singles match. So, I mean, it's tough. He's a tough player, a tough opponent, but I do think both these players, with that determination, with that, wanting to come back and beat Ryan, as a lot of players in this league want to do. I think it's going to bode well for them in this match, getting that experience and kind of gaining on that kind of heat that they're going to need in the tournament.
Yeah, having Ryan looming in the second match, I mean, that's definitely an incentive for both these players to win. So I'm sure we're going to have a great match. Both of these guys are going to want to go on and face Ryan again. So excited to see who comes up on top.
Me too. But Tristan, right now, these are the faction rankings. Now, before we get to the match, we have the Commission and we have the Wolfpack. Who needs the points more?
Well, we see the Commission in first place, and they're doing really well right now. But they do only have 2 players in the in the tournament so far, and with both of them, I mean, we have Ben and we have Tiz. So Tiz is definitely going to want to make it a couple rounds to get some points for his faction. Whereas the Wolfpack, I mean, definitely struggling down there at 6th place.
We're out of it.
You guys,
I think we're out of it.
You guys do have 3 players in the tournament, so it's a little better. You have a bit more leverage there, but at least you're not 7 points at the bottom. So.
You need 30 more points. At this point, you guys are closer to us than than we are to the top. So never good being close to the hungry Bogarts. I'm sorry, Tristan. But before we get to the competitors themselves, what can everyone do at home?
They can hit that bell notification, like, and subscribe.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's get to those competitors. Let's get to another fun movie trivia League of Cinephiles singles tournament match. Representing the Wolfpack, the singles record of 1-1. The number 20 seed Notorious. How are you doing, Notorious?
Good, man. Even low seeds could pull off the upset. We saw Virginia basketball several years ago lose to a 16 seed. So hoping to relish in that kind of luck, man. Let's go.
Yeah, and obviously you've had your struggles so far this season. Whoever loses in this match, it will likely be their last match of the season in the League of Cinephiles Season 3. How determined are you to make this not your last match and to continue on?
I mean, you're crazy if you don't get the goosebumps and the hype every time you compete, so you obviously want to keep competing. So to say that I don't want to compete is an understatement. I definitely want to compete, so try to get that W and try to keep the ball rolling and get them some steam rolling in this tournament.
And his opponent, representing the Commission, with a singles record of 0-2. He is the number 13 seed, Tiz.
What up?
The battle of the one-named players.
I like it. Thanks, sir.
How are you doing, Tiz?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm at work. I'm ready to go again because I have to be due at some point, right? I can't stop. I can't keep losing by like 0.2 seconds or on the last question or on a handicap match. Like, it's getting ridiculous now. I don't know what I have to do to make things work for me. And we're going to try something different. I mean, new sweatshirt, new whatever. I don't know. Something has to change at some point, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's Tristan. That's what these first round matchups are for. Players,
sure.
you know, redeem themselves, want to get that steam going, want to get that hype. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to this tournament matchup. Tristan, what do we have planned for round 1?
So in round 1, we've got 8 questions, 15 seconds for each question. The competitors must write down the answers legibly and completely, 1 point for each correct answer. Competitors have 3 repeats and 1 challenge to use over the course of the match. And if a competitor goes perfect in the first round, they'll get an honorary Helmer bonus question. I love how you named that after yourself, Alex.
Yeah. I earned it. It's not as self-indulgent as it seems. All right. So, Notorious, are you ready?
Ready to roll. Let's do it.
Tiz, are you ready?
I think one of us will get that perfect round, right? We're doing great in this round 1,
Tristan?
right?
Let's get ready to clash. All right, question 1. The Natural, The Rookie, and Bull Durham are all films that focus on what sport?
All right, so we still have like 10 more seconds, but the boards are up. But, just so we can, follow the rules of the game, we're going to keep going.
For sure. Yeah.
I used to play this sport, Tristan. Not too good.
I did too, actually.
3, 2, or should I say game because it's not a sport. Tristan.
I don't know about that. All right, let's go to Tiz first.
Yeah, I stopped playing when I got hit in the thigh, baseball.
Oof.
And Notorious?
America's favorite pastime, baseball.
Those are both correct. The answer was baseball.
But it is not anybody's favorite pastime.
Oh, I loved it. I played it too, and I loved it. So.
Great
All
one.
right. Question number 2. What is the final film in the Scream franchise to feature Liv Schreiber as Cotton Weary? Now, Tristan, you're not big into horror, but you like the
Love
Scream franchise.
Yeah, I've seen them all except the new one. So I'm
Oh,
definitely excited
wow.
for that
It's
one.
great.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Highly
very
recommend.
excited.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to Tiz
Scream 3.
and Notorious.
Scream 3.
And we're still perfect. 2-all. First
Way to
blood
jinx
has
us.
not been struck.
All right, so moving on to the third question. Which musician cameos as the host of the walk-off between Derek and Hansel in Zoolander? Another movie I have not seen yet.
I haven't
Gotta get to that.
I haven't seen either.
Oh my god.
Well, 3,
I don't think that's going to be
2,
necessary in the end. So you'll be
1.
fine.
That's time. Tristan?
All right, so let's go to Notorious first.
It's not right. I put David Bowie.
And Tiz?
It's David Bowie.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Both correct.
That wasn't a Ryan Payne thing, by the way.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought you were pulling Orion.
I mean, Tristan's sweating bullets that there's no perfect round.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to pull out another question. Question number 4. Anna Kendrick plays what fairy tale character in 2014's Into the Woods? Here's if you can't score.
Big Anna Kendrick fan.
If you can't score, Tristan.
This might do it.
3,
This is going to do it for me.
2, 1. That's time. Let's get to Notorious.
I said Alice in Wonderland.
And let's get to Tiz.
Snow White.
No perfect rounds. We were looking for Snow White. Tristan,
Oh.
he can
Yeah,
keep
dodged the
posting.
bullet
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry. Cinderella. I'm sorry, Cinderella.
Oh, I was
Cinderella.
like-
Cinderella. If you want, you
I
can
was like, wait a
challenge. If you want, you can challenge. But it was Cinderella.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I was between the two.
All right.
All right, moving on to the next question. In Martin Scorsese's Hugo, at what type of establishment do Hugo and Papa George first meet? This movie is the one that really got me into film. Love this
Oh,
one.
really? It's your favorite
Yeah.
Scorsese movie, right?
It is. Yeah, I know that's a hot take.
Hot take, yeah.
Very hot take.
What?
I know. Kind of crazy.
That'll change when you become 39.
3, 2, 1. That's time.
All right, let's go to Tiz first.
No idea. I said a clock tower.
And Notorious.
I have no idea. I said a cafe.
Those are unfortunately both incorrect. We were looking for Toy Store.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Tristan, after 3 straight correct answers, we're now on a 2-game losing streak for both competitors.
Yeah, both competitors looking to get another point in this next question.
I hope so.
Right.
What year saw the release of comedies such as The Full Monty, Liar Liar, and My Best Friend's Wedding? I've seen 2 of these. I've not heard of the first one, actually.
Really, it was nominated
Oh.
for Best Picture.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
it
going to
was.
look it up on the
It's
box
like
after this.
the OG Magic Mike.
Really? It's a stripper
Yeah.
movie.
It is a
3,
strip movie, yeah.
2, 1. That has me intrigued.
I
Tiz.
feel like British humor. 1997?
Notorious.
You might have had this one. I think I overshot 98.
One of you had it. 1997 was the
Yeah.
correct answer. So Tiz, first blood has been struck. Tristan, 4
Had
to
it.
3.
Had it and erased it.
4-3. All right. Moving on to the 7th question. 2 actors appear in both The Terminator and Aliens. Michael Biehn and who?
That is not what I meant to write.
Interesting
Tris-
spelling for Bean. I always thought it was just regular.
like the food
Yeah, like the food.
or the jelly, or
Of course.
or the barbecue bean. Oh, well, you know, whatever. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Tristan.
All right, let's go to Tiz first.
Bill Paxton.
And Notorious.
Couldn't pull it.
Unfortunately, Bill Paxton was incorrect. We were looking for Lance Henriksen.
It's his one to challenge.
Oh, Oh, is it? I just don't know if it was 1 or 2. No, because it's probably Terminator 2. Yeah, no. I think it's the second.
All right. So
Okay.
your 8th and final question. Which Oscar-winning biopic was released with the subtitle The Story of Christy Brown?
Cool. I'll finish on 4. Seems to be my average.
Pretty great movie.
I liked it. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Notorious.
I put A Beautiful Mind.
And Tiz.
Yeah, I got nothing.
We were looking for My Left Foot.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
cool.
with
Wasn't gonna get that, so I feel better.
Daniel Day-Lewis. So Tristan, at the end of round 1, the score is
4 for Tiz and 3 for Notorious. So it's still a very open game.
Hey, it's what we averaged in the first round. Fantastic.
Yeah, we didn't get our perfect round together though.
No.
I will say Bill Paxton was in the Terminator, so
Damn it.
Unfortunately, you can't give the Tiz the point because he did not challenge. But we would have accepted it if you did challenge. I'm sorry, Tiz, that really hurt. I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
No, I thought he got killed in Terminator 2, so that's
folks, I couldn't technically give it to him unless he challenged. He didn't challenge. But that's Tristan, what do we have planned for round 2?
All right, so in round 2, each player must identify the name of the actor from the picture provided. There will be 3 pictures for each player, and each question is worth the number of points it is in the sequence from 1 to 3 for each player.
Tiz, you are up by 1. Do you like to go first or defer?
Let's get this over with.
Yeah. I know you were looking forward to it all day.
I mean, I've just been staring at Google Pictures like constantly.
All right, so your first actor for 1 point.
Oh, crap. Oh my God.
3, 2.
I'll use one
1.
of the repeats on
First
this
repeat.
extension. Oh my God. What the hell is his name? He's in a fucking schmodo. Paul.
3.
Paul
2,
Walker Hauser.
1. At the buzzer, that's correct
Whoa,
for a point.
that was
you
clutch.
Got it right
Oh my
there.
God.
Great use of a repeat, Tristan.
Good
especially
poll.
Tristan.
Very good.
Tiz lost that point in the first round due to not challenging. He kind of redeems himself there with the point. Again, Paul
For sure.
Hauser, Richard Jewell, also Schmodown player.
Where was that?
And Cobra
fellow
Kai.
movie true. Yeah, Cobra Kai. Yes, I wasn't going to mention that, but yes. All right, Notorious, your 1 point actor.
Oh, that's Emil Hirsch.
I don't know. He was a bit too fast with that one, but we're going to give him the point. 5 to 4. Tiz over there like, what the hell?
A lot more confident than my answer.
5 to 4. We're heading back to Tiz now. See if he can do better than that average.
You look familiar. I should know you, but I don't. Crap. Generic long-haired blonde. What?
3, 2, 1.
Not her,
we
Michelle
were
Williams.
looking
Oh, goodness.
for Sienna Miller.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna get that.
Tristan, you might know her. I actually don't.
From
I do know
American
that.
Sniper.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right. Notorious now to take the lead.
Oh, that's no, that's not her.
I see hands, Notorious.
Yeah, right here. Oh, man. Oh, is that Amanda Peet?
I have no idea who that is. We were looking for Allison Williams from Get
It's
Out.
not Amanda Peet. I know that. Oh,
It
Get
looked
Out,
like
it does look like Amanda Peet.
It looks like Get Out.
Williams.
Yeah, it looked like the chick from Get Out. I couldn't pull the name. Amanda
And
Peet looks like her. though.
Mathregan. All right. We're going to head now back to Tiz. 3-point picture. This is where the money is made.
I shall avoid said money, I believe.
First time somebody's ever done that.
Well, yeah. Oh my God. You look
3.
like someone
2,
who's older, but I remember
1.
from younger ones. Oh no, Paul Newman.
That's time.
It's
Oh
not
my
right.
God. No, it is not Paul Newman. That
I
is
know.
insulting. We were looking for Tom Atkins, star of a bunch of 80s horror movies. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I remember him now.
Maniac
Wasn't
Cop.
gonna get the name.
All right.
Classic.
Tristan, we're going to Notorious here for the lead. This is big.
If you can get this, yeah, very big.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Man, I got absolutely nothing.
3, 2, 1. We were
No
looking
idea.
for Toby Kebbell.
Damn it! Why did I go second?
So 5-4 now. Tiz, we saw this before in Tristan's other match, or Tristan, we saw this in Tiz's other matches. Points left on the board from Tiz. This is something we thought he'd clean up by this point, but and he's still leading, but let's see what happens.
All right, so going into round 3, the wheel round. Each competitor will have 4 questions, which are worth 2 points each. The questions will all correlate with one specific category that will be assigned to them via the Wheel of Truth. If a competitor doesn't like the first category they spin onto, they can choose to spin again. In this case, they must stick to the second category that's spun. In this round, a competitor can choose to go to multiple choice on their questions, but if they do this, the correct answer will only be worth 1 point. If a competitor guesses a question incorrectly, their opponents will have the chance to steal for that many points. When stealing, a competitor cannot go to multiple choice unless the player they're stealing from already has done so. If a competitor lands on a wild card slice, they can choose to spin again on the first spin, but must stick with the category on the second spin. And a wild card slice can either be spinner's choice, opponent's choice, or questions from a random actor's filmography. All right, so today on the Wheel of Truth, we have sports movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Leonardo DiCaprio, new releases, Audrey Hepburn, Star Wars, James Bond, comic book movies, 2000s, Oscars, 1990s, the Coens, and yeah, great categories all around.
Tristan loves the categories today.
I do like the categories. I wish this was my wheel.
All right, so Tiz, you're leading. Spin or defer?
I'll defer because that went so well the first time. I'll go first. I'll defer.
All right, first wheel spin. What are we getting today? Oh
man.
Ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not spun very much on the wheel. Rare category.
Man. I've seen a bunch of his movies, but they all blur together sometimes. Let me go ahead and spin it again.
My dumbass thought Tiz was answering. Just say, why is he taking so long?
All
right.
I'm just chilling.
Notorious, his second spin. Tristan, this is where champions are made. Let's find out what happens.
Yeah, let's see if he gets a good wheel spin here.
Leonardo
nice.
DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio. All right. So land on 2 actors prefers Leo as we head over now to Tiz for his category. Tiz, big fan of Audrey Hepburn. Bit of a spoiler there.
Yeah, come on now.
Ooh, comic book movies.
I will keep that.
He will keep that. The interesting thing is, Tristan, last match, Tiz got to watch as Ryan Payne answered a bunch of comic book movie questions. Now Tiz is going to be doing the answering for said comic book movie questions.
And I died inside
Insanity.
for every single one of those.
Notorious, you'll be answering your questions first in the realm of Leonardo DiCaprio. Are you ready?
Ready to roll?
All right, your first question is, who directed Leonardo DiCaprio in The Beach?
Oh, fuck. Let me multiple choice. I'll get it.
Your options are A, Edward Zwick, B, Peter Weir, C, Danny Boyle, or D, Anthony Minghella.
It's C, Danny Boyle.
And that is correct for 1 point. Notorious ties the game. Let's see if Notorious can take his first lead of the game here. In The Wolf of Wall Street, what country does Jordan Belfort begin banking his dirty money in?
Let me get multiple choice.
Choice again. We have A, Switzerland, B, Mexico, C, England, or D, the Cayman Islands.
Let me go A, Switzerland.
Switzerland is correct for a point. Another good 1 point gain, Tristan. Notorious now has his first lead of the match. We are looking at a 6-5 ball game. Third question.
Pretty close.
Who plays Robert Fisher, the target of the job offered to Cobb and his team by Saito in Inception?
Who plays Robert Fisher, the target of the job offered to Cobb? All right, give me multiple choice again.
All right, a common occurrence in this round so far. Is it A, Tom Berenger, B, Cillian Murphy, C, Michael Caine, or D, Pete Postlewaite?
I'm going to go with A, Tom Berenger.
Can you go 3 for 3 multiple choice? He does not. That is incorrect. Tiz, 1 point steal. Tie the game.
I think it's B, Cillian Murphy.
It is B, Cillian Murphy. Tiz ties the game, Tristan. A huge 1 point steal there. Notorious, really, this is going to be a huge question if he wants to come back. He does not want to be down or even close to Tiz as Tiz goes to comic book movies later on. Your final question. In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Rick Dalton appears as the villain of an episode of what show?
Oh, my God.
Could I see hands, Notorious?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Dalton appears as the villain. Give me multiple choice again.
4 for 4. Is it A, Bounty Law, B, Lancer, C, Nebraska Jim, D, Rawhide?
It's A, Bounty Law.
That is incorrect. Tiz, Steele.
All right, Bounty Law was one he was in. Which was the other? Between two. Was it Rawhide?
Incorrect. We were looking for Lancer. Lancer. Yes, he did. Bit of a trick one there. He did show up in Bounty Law. However, he was the villain in Lancer. Yeah. I do not recall if that's the one with Martin Cove or not. You would have to fact check me on that. But Tristan, what is the score?
The score right now is 6-6. It's a tied game, but Tiz still has to answer his comic book movies question. So we'll see if he can score some more points here.
Perfect. Tristan, take it away.
All right. In the realm of comic book movies, question 1. Logan has what profession at the beginning of Logan?
He's a limo driver.
You said limo driver, and that is correct for 2 points.
Big there. Tiz already has the lead. If he goes multiple choice the rest of his way, Tristan, he would still have a great chance of winning this match.
For sure. He could end up having a huge lead at the end of this. All right, question 2. The characters of Breathless Mahoney, 88 Keys, and Big Boy Caprice can be found in what comic book movie?
Dick Tracy.
He said Dick Tracy with no hesitation, and that is correct for another big 2 points.
4-point game now. Tiz running away with it.
All right, question 3. The critically panned comic book film Spawn was released in what year? We see that this one's giving him a bit of trouble.
Yeah, definitely just still here. 3, 2,
multiple choice.
1.
I'm gonna regret that.
Multiple choice. Is it A, 2001, B, 1997, C, 2000, or D, 1995? Not the most memorable movie, was critically panned for a reason, I'd say.
Maybe that's what makes it memorable.
True.
1997?
He says 1997. That is a big guess for another 1 point.
I was hoping you'd stick to a guess that I knew it.
Came out the same year as the full Monty, Alex.
Man.
One is much better than the other.
Definitely. All right. And moving on to your 4th and final question in the realm of comic book movies. Which actress made her debut as the titular character in 1985's Red Sonja?
Sonia.
So sorry, I've not seen this movie.
Me either.
I think I know her name, but I don't want to get it wrong. So multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, Melody Anderson, B, Helen Slater, C, Kim Basinger, or D, Bridget Nelson?
D.
He says Bridget Nielsen, and that is another big guess for 1 point.
Big round there for Tiz. Tristan, he was up by 1 coming into this round. Now he's up by 6.
Double the points.
What does Notorious do have to be able to come back in this match? What round does he have?
So he has the Clint Eastwood round, which is going to have to be really big for him. In this round, competitors will choose 3 numbers, which will all correlate to 3 directors their questions will be related to. Competitors will receive a 2, 3, and 5-point question with the numbers that they choose correlating to the directors that each question will be based on. Whoever has the most points at the end of this round will be declared the winner. And if there is a tie at the end of the round, we will go into overtime.
Notorious, 3 numbers between 1 and 14.
Let me go 6. Let's go 10. Let's go 2.
10 and 2. And Tiz.
8, 3, and 12.
All right. So for his first number, he picked number 6, which is going to correspond to Christopher Nolan. Pretty big director.
Yes.
But he has quite a few movies at this point, so it can run pretty deep. So let's head over to his 2-pointer.
All right. 3 repeats remaining. Your question. Tristan?
Nolan's Insomnia sees 2 homicide detectives dispatched to what U.S. state?
Alaska.
He says Alaska, and that is correct for a big 2 points.
Notorious climbing back slowly but surely. The thing is, Tristan, mathematically, he would have to get all 3 of his questions right. Well, actually, no, he wouldn't. But he has to get his 5-point question right.
Yeah.
The bulk, what I'm basically saying here. All right. So, Notorious, you picked the number 10, which correlates to Richard Linklater. This is for 3 points to cut Tiz's lead down to 1. Your question. Who plays Bernadette's husband and where'd you go, Bernadette?
Oh, man. Lord, is filmed in Pittsburgh, too. I know it. Hold on.
3,
Give me a repeat.
2, 1. First one.
I can't fucking pull it right now.
3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Second one.
It's Ozymandias for fucking Watchmen. I can't remember his fucking name. He was in Prefontaine movie too.
3,
Billy Crudup.
2, 1. He gets it at the buzzer, Tristan. Impressive pull there from Notorious, cutting Tiz's lead down to 1. Tiz has had more than enough experience having his leads being diminished, and now he's down, or he's winning by 1. But the good news for Tiz is that Notorious must hit his 5-point question in order to stay in the match.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure going to the 5th question, but he does have momentum after hitting the first 2. So let's see if he can get this.
He did use all 3 of his repeats, so he won't have those at disposal. He's going to have to know this one, just off the bat. This is what we love to see, Tristan. Excitement. The thing is, if he gets this 5-pointer right, it's going to force Tiz to not hit 1, but 2 full questions.
It's going to be a pretty incredible comeback if he can do that.
Well, it will. All right. So you chose number 2, which correlates to the Reitmans, Jason and Yvonne Reitman. All right. Your 5-point question for the lead. If you don't get it right, Tiz will move on to the second round. If you get it right, he will answer some questions. No repeats remaining, Notorious. What is Juno's last name in Juno?
It's McGuff.
And that is correct for 5 points.
Nice.
And Notorious has done it. The comeback is complete, Tristan. Notorious. Man. Oh my God.
That was impressive.
An answer. Out of nowhere, Tristan. Notorious goes 3 for 3 in the director round. He has never missed a director round question to date. Tiz, the bad luck continues. He has to answer some questions.
And I'm so good at this round too, so this is going to go swimmingly.
Notorious at this point might have the best director round average, so with 100%.
100%, maybe.
It's pretty impressive.
And also, Tristan, Tiz's missed points at the beginning of the match could come back to haunt him.
Good.
As we go to his directors for his 2-pointer, he said number 8,
Kevin Smith. Name either one of the actors who play the title characters in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Seth Rogen.
He says Seth Rogen. And that is correct. The other one was Elizabeth Banks, who just directed Cocaine Bear.
Of course. So it's heating up, Tristan. 14-16. Tiz has 2 questions remaining. He has to, if he hits one of them, the match is over. But the thing is, he doesn't want to go to his 5. He wants to end this now. You chose number 3, which correlates to Steven Soderbergh.
Yay. Okay. Well, here we go to the 5.
All right. Your 3-point question to win the match. Danny DeVito received an Oscar nomination for producing which of Soderbergh's movies released in the 2000s?
Oh my god. Producing? I'm not sure I can even tell you what Soderbergh did.
3, 2,
Get
1. And that is incorrect. We were looking for Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Brockovich. So, Tristan, his 5-point question.
Yeah, we go down to the wire at the 5-pointer.
If he gets this, he wins. If he gets it wrong, you know the drill, guys. You've been
I'm used to this. I'm very used to this.
All right.
Not the winning part.
For 5 points and the win. There's number 12. Sidney Lumet is the director.
Oh.
This is the match. You have 2 repeats remaining.
2 repeats.
Mm-hmm.
Which singer starred as Dorothy in Lumet's adaptation of The Wizard of Oz titled The Wiz?
Oh, crap. Is it her? I'll just choose to repeat now, just to think. It's fine. Her, yes, right? Not her. Diana Ross?
And your winner, Tiz! Diana Ross was the correct answer. What a match, Tristan. A match for the ages. And oh my goodness, Tiz won it off of a 5-point question. Diana Ross, Sidney Lumet was the director. He wasn't confident about it at first.
No.
Tiz, the way this match was going, especially when Notorious took the lead, I'm sure you were thinking, man, it's happened again. I'm done. I'm not going to win this. But you stayed strong. You came back. And just what does this win mean to you?
I mean, it means that I'm not a garbage player, completely garbage player. Because when you guys were talking at the beginning, I was like, my God, am I this bad? Just hearing like all the stats and stuff, I'm like, my God, I'm terrible. But it's nice. It's nice to finally get a win. I've been so close for so many matches. I actually saw him missing the 3, hitting the 5, me missing them all, and that one challenge was going to screw me. That's how I saw this going. No, well, I got something I wanted in the wheel. Like finally, something I could do well in, and thank God it's a Sidney Lumet movie I actually knew. Because any other one, I'm probably waving bye-bye.
And Tiz, another thing before we get to your next round matchup, you have pretty, I don't know if you do this on purpose, but it seems like every match you're in, you purposely try to make it a match of the season candidate. Did you do this again today, or is that you were just fooling all of us?
No, that's what I go for. I want to make sure that we get to the very last question. I want to make it as difficult for my heart and soul as humanly possible for the entertainment for all around. No, I don't know. It just happens. It's just whoever I play plays really well, or they do exactly what they need to do. I mean, he's perfect in direct round, and I suck at the direct round. So I knew when we went to it, I was like, I have to have a big lead going into that because he is going to crush it, and he did. So luckily, the 5 was in my wheelhouse. For once.
All right. Well, let's get to your next round matchup. You talked about who you're playing, and you have the top quadrant of the bracket, a very familiar opponent, Ryan Payne, half of the Duos Film Trivia Class champions. what is your headspace like going into this match in which you're very familiar with your opponent? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, it's a good thing because I like him. I know him very well. I know what his strengths are. I know his weaknesses. The only thing that has occurred the past 3 times I've played him is he has beaten me on the very last question every single time. Whether it's a sudden death, whether it's the 4-pointer in another league, whether it's the 5-pointer here, he has beat me with the last question. So I'm actually excited to get to play him. So maybe I can get revenge. But we're pretty evenly matched. He's a champion. I would like to get revenge on him. And I don't know, I just like him. I like Ryan. Like, let's go. Let's bring him back in. Let's do this again.
Yeah, some words for Mr. Payne. Tiz, congratulations on the wonderful win. It was just a pleasure to watch you play as always, and we will see you in the second round. You played great. We mentioned it earlier how you started off a bit slow. You did that in this match again, but man, did you end strong. Going 3 for 3 in the direct round, hitting some tough questions in your category of Leonardo DiCaprio. Was there a turning point in this match? If the wheel spin, obviously, because you did go to that second spin, would you have gone back and picked Arnold?
I don't know. It's hard to say now. Hindsight's 2020. It was one of those things where I felt more comfortable respinning it, and it just so happened to land on another actor filmography. I got the first 2 right. Then we just were going through movies. I'm like, like I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood once. And then the other question I missed out on. I'm like, that and the pitcher round I think pretty much did it. But it's just one of those things that comes down to the wheel. The wheel was one of those ones where I was still able to battle through that. Having a crap round, only netting 1 point that whole entire, you know what I mean? Because he got a steal. I only got 2 points on multiple choice. So I only really got, I only got 1 point. Try to finish hard just to show that I'm not a slouch and that, you did right by picking me in the first round. So I'm going to use this team to obviously get ready to prepare in the offseason for the next season. But this definitely was a good way to end it. If there's an emphatic exclamation point, I think, for my season, I think this was it to show that I can't compete.
All right, Tristan. Well, this match did not go the way we expected. We talked about it. First 2 rounds, 5-4 after the first 2 rounds. So, low scoring. But with the final score of 19-16, we mentioned how whoever had the lead in the director round would, clean up. We mentioned how Tiz would run away with this after we saw what he did in that 3rd round. But he didn't. And for a 13-20 matchup, the kind of largest margin within our first round matchups, this was a lot closer than I personally imagined.
Yeah, same with me. It was a very close match. Like I said at the beginning, Notorious is a strong player. He's been showing that he knows his stuff. And I think this was a great demonstration of his skills. And I think we're going to see him in the future. He's going to be a contender. But Tiz got his first win under his belt. He really wanted that. He's played a little bit more, I think. And I think this is a strong showing for Tiz. And I can't wait to see what he does against Ryan.
Yeah, that's going to be a marquee matchup. We now have 3 of the matches, 3 more matches filled in the second round of the tournament. The last matchup is Tristan versus Dev. Tristan,
it is.
You're here, you're hosting, you're not playing. How do you feel going into next week?
I feel good. Obviously a little nervous. I definitely want to run through Dev so I can get to Gaul. Gaul, I'm going to be there. Just wait. But no, I'm excited to face Dev. I mean, he's my old rival. We played in Toronto. It was pretty close. I've been studying. I've been working on my game, and I think it's going to be at least a closer match than it was then. I mean, it was already pretty tight, but I'm going to make sure that I play a good one and really give him a hard time. So I'm excited.
And that's going to be the last matchup of this first round. We've had a great tournament so far. This might be match of the season candidate, Tristan. So it's going to be pressure for you and Dev to really live up to that. But
for
good
sure,
luck to you next week as we end it today for this gigantic episode of Movie Trivia Tournament Frenzy. 2 matchups, Chad beating Holmes in one of them, moving on to the next round. In the second matchup, Tiz beating Notorious, the 13 seed in a amazing match, if I may say so. 19-16 Tiz coming back in a great effort from him, getting his first W. He will now face Ryan Payne, half of the duos champions, in the next round. Guys, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys, for more movie trivia content like this, more tournament action, which we will be bringing you next week very soon for the biggest matchup of the first round in Tristan versus Dev. So make sure to be there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being in the live chat, and we will see you all soon, guys. Ciao.